I thought that I would share an experience that I had today, and I guess I'll just call it my Southern experience. I had just dropped off my youngest son at baseball practice, and my husband was about to, I was going to come home, do homework that I'm supposed to be doing right now, and I'm not. Anyways, we were going to meet on the same road, and he was going to check to see if his baseball glove was in my truck. Anyways, we saw, just before he was going to pull out, we both saw a goat and 4 puppies. I mean, they were puppies, like little guys. Not tiny, but little. And Steven's all, I wonder whose goat that belongs to. So I'm like, I have no idea. I'll go check it out. I've had experience with losing my horses when we first got them because our fence was old. It was the original fence that was here when we first bought the property, and they just leaned over and it would bust. So we've had really good neighbors beside us that would retrieve our horses, were super sweet. So I thought I would do my part and chase this goat down with these 4 dogs. I noticed one of the dogs was limping really bad. So I thought, well, maybe he'll let me come up to him. Probably not, but I'll see who owns these animals or let them know that these animals are roaming and they need to go get them. So I pulled over, and there is a really big field. I live in an area where they have a lot of farms, where they have corn, eggplants, you name it, out here. And there was a big field, and it had just been tilled. And we have a lot of sand. We don't have a lot of dirt. It's mostly sand out here in South Carolina. And so I saw them go kind of along that field. Well, I thought I'd be smart and follow behind them. Then I realized how deep this tilled land was. Now, thank goodness I'm in my truck and I'm in a stick shift. And I almost got stuck. So I had to gun it and really dig in there, and I had to get myself out of it, which I did, thank God. And I got onto a dirt road, and I tried to follow these animals. Well, I decided that I would stop at a neighbor's and ask them if they know who owns this goat and the 4 dogs. So I pull up to this house that had an American flag on one side and a Southern, the Dixie flag on the other. They were both in the driveway. And I stopped by, knocked on the door, and he said, come on in, come on in. I mean, he doesn't even know me, and he was asking me to come in. Me being a city girl, this is totally, I'm like, I've never heard of this before, people just, letting people in like that. But that's the South. People are just genuinely nice, and they'll just let you in their homes. South Carolina is full of sweet people. Anyways, so I said, no, it's okay. I'm not going to come in, but I just wanted to know who owned the goat and the 4 dogs. Well, he said, well, there's a black gentleman that just lives right up the road, and he's really nice, and I think it belongs to him. So I went up the road, and I saw a black gentleman kind of leaning on a fence looking into like an empty pig pen. So I pulled off on the side of the road, left my truck running, and I went over there to talk to him. He looked at me like he had never seen a human being in his life. I must have startled him because I stopped. But here I am, bright and smiling, and I said, hi, my name is Jen, and I live down the road on this road, and I saw a goat and some dogs. Do you know who owns them? I just want to let them know that they're out so they can go get them. Well, he tells me, oh, I sold that goat, and he can't catch him. We've been trying to catch him for a long time, and we just can't seem to get him. And those dogs, they were dropped off by some white van. So, which happens in the country. Animals get dropped off out here. So I asked, I said, well, I just wanted to check with you and all that. And he goes, well, there it is right there. If you want to, just pull over there. And it was like a little like 3 houses all clustered together. They must have been relatives and family. So he said, well, just go over there, because I said I wanted to check on the puppy to make sure the puppy was okay. He was limping, and I have a big heart for animals. I love animals. A little too much, my husband can probably tell you and attest to. So I pull up, and I talk to this really nice black family, very sweet older lady and a daughter and a little baby. And they had a lot of dogs around me. One was like a golden retriever, beautiful dog. Anyways, so I asked if they knew who owned the goat, and if that belonged to them. Just want to let them know it was out, and I just wanted to do the neighborly thing and be sweet and just let them know, you know, if they need help, I'd be glad to help them. That's just the kind of person I am. I like to help people. And I'm a people person, so I like to talk to others, as you can tell. This video is probably going to be really, really long. I'm already at 6 minutes. Okay, so I'll try to condense this a little bit more. So they looked at me, you know, who is this stranger on my property? Which, you know, I can understand. And I'll try not to be controversial, and I'm not racist. But because I come from California, which is a melting pot, we are used to diversity. We're used to different races. Out here in the South, you still have that racism. Blacks against whites, whites against blacks. You even have the Hispanic community that's come in that are out here in the fields. I always wave at them. And I've even stopped to say, hola, and just give them a smile. But people, they are still kind of holding on to that. And I'm not saying South Carolina is terrible. I'm saying there is still a percentage. I'm not saying the whole South Carolina is like that. I'm just saying the old history of the black and white issue is still kind of holding true. They're still kind of holding on to it. So these people were they weren't sure about me. And I just went right up and I shook their hands. My name is Jenny, and I'm your neighbor down the road, and I just want to make sure that everything was all right. And I saw that the little puppy was injured, and I didn't know if you needed help, or you know, is there something I can do? Do they belong to you? If they belong to you, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that their owners wouldn't worry about them. So they were so sweet to me, and the grandmother, told me that she had been there for 40 years. And I said, you must have some good stories then, which I just wanted to sit there and pick her brain, or you know, I wanted to hear those stories. But I needed to get home, doing my homework, which I'm not doing right now, and she had somebody that was leaving the house. So anyways, I just kind of wanted to share you that little goat and dog story, and how even in places where they're not used to other people, you can still smile your way through, shake their hand, and say God bless. That's basically what I did, and I waved as I went off, and they had a nice smile on their face, and they seemed like really nice people. So it was kind of neat. You don't get that where I'm from in California. You just don't get that kind of community, and I just thought it was just really neat to experience that. At the end, I was all shaking because I was all excited. I got to meet some new folks, and they were real sweet. One gentleman has a vegetable stand that's nearby that I'm going to visit. I love fresh vegetables, love it. Butter beans, corn. Oh yeah, I am so there. I'm so there. I told him that I'm going to visit him when he gets his stand up. I'm going to come by. I said, you better be looking for me. So I'm gonna look forward to the fresh veggies. So anyways, it's just neat to get to know people. So anyways, that's my long story. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get back to my homework now. Anyways, you guys have a great night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.